Her story. It all started when Manal broke the law simply by getting behind the wheel of a car and drove off. Video footage of her drive went viral on YouTube in a day. Driving was illegal for women at the time in Saudi Arabia and she was in prison. Following her driving campaign, Al-Sharif remained an active critic of the Saudi government, tweeting on issues including imprisoned female foreign workers, the lack of elections for the Shura Council, the formal advisory body of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, which is an absolute monarchy, and the murder of Lama al-Ghamdi, who was killed at 5 years old after being raped, beaten, and burned by her own father. He was sentenced to prison for 8 years after a long trial. His original sentence was just 4 months. Her work has been recognized by Foreign Policy, Time, and the Oslo Freedom Forum.
graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Computing. Until May 2012, she worked as an information security consultant for an oil company. She also wrote for a Saudi daily. Al-Sharif's first book, Daring to Drive: A Saudi Woman's Awakening, was published in June 2017. Amnesty International stated that Manal al-Sharif is following in a long tradition of women activists around the world who have put themselves on the line to expose and challenge discriminatory laws and policies.
Women in Saudi Arabia had limited freedom of movement and were not allowed to drive motor vehicles. In 1990, dozens of women drove their cars in protest and were imprisoned for one day, had their passports confiscated, and some of them even lost their jobs. In 2011, a group of women, including Manal al-Sharif, started a Facebook campaign named Women to Drive that stands for Women's Driving Rights. Trying to silence her after her arrest, the YouTube video of al-Sharif's drive became inaccessible and the Facebook page for the campaign was deleted. Supporters republished both.
Saudi Arabia granted women the right to drive 2 years ago, but Saudi women remain subject to strict guardianship laws that prohibit them from making many basic decisions without the permission of a male relative. I'm turning 40 today, and my son is still my guardian. In August 2019, reforms marked a major turning point in Saudi women's rights, but they still require permission from a male relative to leave prison, marry, divorce, or exit a domestic abuse shelter.
Click on the picture to access a video about guardianship laws and domestic abuse. Women also still cannot pass on citizenship to their children, and male guardians are still able to file cases of disobedience against a woman, which includes absence from the home. Moreover, this disobedience is still recognized as a crime. Dozens of women's rights activists continue to be detained solely for demanding an end to the discriminatory male guardianship system. These women have been subject to abuse during their time in prison and deprived of contact with their families.
The fight for equality is far from over, and although there isn't much we can do, we're still able to spread the word. People have to know. Donate if possible, sign petitions, and overall just show our support.
Click on the link to view Sharif's driving video.